Smartly learn with fun. Why plants are useful? We tend to forget the importance of plants and often take them for granted. You may think there is nothing much to the plants and trees that are around us every day, but they are vital for life and our long-term survival. Plants are an essential resource. We rely on them for food, water, medicine, the air we breathe, habitat, our climate, and more. But do we truly understand the vital role plants have in this world? The very thought should cause us to pay more attention to the beautiful botany that surrounds us. There are 10 reasons why plants are valuable and important every day. So let's start. Number 1. Plants produce oxygen. One of the materials that plants produce as they make food is oxygen gas. This oxygen gas, which is an important part of the air, is the gas that plants and animals must have in order to stay alive. When people breathe, it is the oxygen that we take in from the air to keep our cells and bodies alive. All of the oxygen available for living organism that comes from plants. Number 2. Plants are essential food sources. Without plants, there would be no food. Everything from ants to humans depends on plants as their main source of fuel. Even carnivores need plants because their food other animals eat plants. Without the nutrients that comes from green things, human health suffers significantly. Symptoms of not eating enough vegetables include digestive issues, fatigue, muscle cramps, headache, and more. Your risk of serious health problems like heart disease and cancer also increases. Number 3. Plants support other species. Plants are incredibly important for providing habitat for a huge number of different species. A good example of this is the English oak. It provides habitat for hundreds of insects and food for birds and mammals, such as deer and badger. It supports fungi, lichens, and even bats. Native wildlife depends on native plant and tree species like the English oak. Without them, they wouldn't be able to sustain themselves. Number 4. Plants help regulate the water cycle. Where there is water, there is life. Plants regulate the water cycle by distributing and purifying the plant's water supply. Through the act of transpiration, plants move the water from the soil up their roots and out into the atmosphere. Moisture accumulates into clouds and eventually the water droplets are returned back down as rain to revitalize life on earth. Number 5. Plants clean the air. In 1989, NASA found that everyday houseplants can absorb toxins from the air, especially in small spaces with limited airflow. This kicked off a long series of studies that show certain plants are better at others at cleaning the air, such as peace lilies, bamboo palm, and Chinese evergreen are filtering powerhouses. For people living in urban environment or other places with pollution, houseplants can keep the air cleaner and healthier. Number 6. Plants help make and preserve soil. In the prairie and the forest, the roots of plants help hold the soil together. This reduces erosion and helps conserve the soil. Plants also help make soil. Soil is made up of lots of particles of rocks which are broken down into very small pieces. When plants die, their decomposed remains are added to the soil. This helps to make the soil rich with nutrients. Number 7. Plants are essential to medicine. Plants play an important role in the discovery of new drugs, and many blockbuster drugs are derived either directly or indirectly from plants. Aspirin is one of the most famous. For centuries, people used willow bark for its salicylic acid, a chemical that relieved fever and pain. Mint leaves have mentha that is used in throat lozenges, muscle creams, and nasal medicine. It's important that we protect biodiversity of plants so that new drugs discoveries can be made in the future. This has a huge impact on health and is also an economic benefit. Number 8. Plants improve mental health. Study shows that plants' life has a positive impact on the human mind. This is especially true in urban environments where people feel disconnected from nature. Cultivating green in these spaces through public parks, trees, and houseplants is shown to improve people's well-being by reducing stress and anxiety. The theory that humans are naturally drawn to nature and therefore happier around it is called biophilia. Number 9. Plants fight against climate change. As we know it, carbon dioxide is one of the main greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. Plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. This carbon dioxide is used as building blocks for new tissue such as their trunk, branches, leaves, and roots. Acting as carbon stores when forests are cut or burned, the huge amount of carbon that has been stored in plant tissue and the soil is released into the atmosphere, which increases the carbon dioxide level in the environment. Number 10. Plants are used in many products. Plants matter can be found in many everyday products such as books, furniture, toilet paper, and clothes. Some of the most common materials include cotton, flax, and hemp. Recycled paper also makes frequent appearance in things like cardboard boxes, egg cartons, paper plates, and more. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.